Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this FDP on Funded Project Applications, organized by the Department of EEE in association with the Academic Staff College. This FDP aims to provide a platform for educators and researchers to enhance their knowledge and skills in funded project applications. To commence the proceedings, I request volunteer to deliver the welcome address and set the tone for the day.
On behalf of the Department of Electric and Electronics Engineering, in association with an academic staff of the college, it gives me an intensive pleasure to welcome immense pleasure to welcome you all on the fourth day of the virtual faculty development program on funded project applications. It has been enriching an experience so far, and I hope you all have found an session for informative and spiteful. Our topic for today's session is the importance of plagiarism prevention in the project proposal. As we all know, the plagiarism is a growing concern in the academic world and it has a potential to harm the credibility and research work. Therefore, it is crucial to understand and it's important and prevention in the project proposal. We are fortunate to have Dr. K. Gomati, Dean Academic Staff College, Professor and Deputy Head of the Department of Biotechnology in Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute to lead this session. Dr. Gomati is a renowned academician in the field of biotechnology and her expertise in this topic is valuable. Throughout of FDP, we have explored aspects of funded project applications, and today's session is particularly crucial and it deals with the integrity and credibility of the research proposal. I'm confident that this session will be beneficial to all the participants and particularly in context of developing the funded project. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. K. Gaumati for sharing her expertise and knowledge with us today. Also want to thank Dr. K. Sarvanan, HOD of Tribly, and the coordinator for this FTP, Dr. F. Pariza, Associated Professor for this tireless efforts to making this FTP in reality. Finally, I would like to extend the warm welcome to all the participants, and I hope today's session will be enriching and providing the valuable insights. Thank you for all, and let's have a productive session. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me introduce the chief guest for today's FDP. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. K. Komati, an accomplished professor in the field of biotechnology with over 20 years of research experience and 11 years of teaching experience. Dr. Komati has an extensive background in developing and implementing curricular and extracurricular activities that meets the needs of the students. Her proven track record in assuring student success is a testament to a dedication to excellence in education. Dr. Komadi has completed various accreditations at national and international levels and has shown a commitment to staff development and empowerment. She has also been actively involved in cultivating student leadership and entrepreneurship skills. Her research accomplishments are impressive, having published research articles in highly reputed international journals and holding two granted patents. Her research interests are diverse, ranging from biomaterials, drug delivery, wound healing, protein aggregation, biofuels, peptide vaccines, neurochemistry, peptide synthesis, microbial culture, and biochemistry of microbial resistance. Dr. Komati's contribution to the academic community are numerous. She has served as a coordinator for the University Accreditation Committee such as NAC, NBA, and ABET, and coordinator for various national level symposiums. She has also organized government sponsored national conferences, served as a member of the Institutional Academic Council and Internal Auditing Council, and has been the coordinator for the Development Department ISSL. In addition, Dr. Komadi is a member of the DDU GKY team and a doctoral committee member of research students. As a mentor for the winter school held in Italy in 2019, Dr. Komadi demonstrated her commitment to international collaboration and education. She has also mentored MSME funded projects,
ఇలా
including a
కార్డ్
green
అంటే
plastic
12 o'clock
bottle.
వరకు
She has also mentored MSME funded projects, including a green plastic bottle making machine and a project focused on lactose. Furthermore, she has mentored the Amazon Hackathon 2020 and served as an evaluator for Toycathon 2021. Dr. Komati's research accomplishments are numerous, including the development of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory drugs incorporated into collagen matrices for dermal wound applications, and the development of therapies for protein conformational diseases using chaperones. She has also researched microbial resistance on antibiotics, antimicrobial activity of plant extracts, and developed angiogenic antimicrobial peptide incorporated collagen matrices for normal and diabetic dermal wounds. Dr. Komati's honors and awards include the MGR Research Award for the years 2015, 16, 17, 18, and 21, as well as the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research Association and Senior Research Fellowship. Dr. Komati has also completed several trainings, including lab safety and WHMIS, biosafety, transportation of dangerous goods, basic handling of rodents, introduction to rodent anesthesia, and basic surgical skills for investigators. With such an impressive background, it is clear that Dr. Gomati K is an outstanding leader in the field of biotechnology and valuable asset to any academic community. I'm honored to introduce her today. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. I now request you to start our session and enlighten us with your knowledge and experience, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Myself, Dr. Gomati, Dean of Academic Staff College of Dr. NGI Educational Research Institute. Also, I work as a professor in Department of Biotechnology. I'm happy to be part of this FDP. Thank you so much to Dr. Farisa for inviting me. Let's go to the session. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today's topic is going to be avoid flagrism in any form, like whether to write a paper or in a funded projects or any other of academic writing. Whatever we do, there shouldn't be any flagrism. So how can we avoid it? So, what are all the topics we are going to cover in today's session is going to be basics about what is flagrism and how to avoid it, and what are all the simple steps to avoid flagrism in project proposal, and a gist of the our topics. So, before we get into the topic, we'll see the quote by Albert Einstein. What he said is, the secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. So, what this quote suggests? The quote suggests is, whatever the creativity is there, it the ideology or niche, whatever may be, it would have taken from some sources which is already exist, and we will add something to it, and we'll show to the world it as a creativity. But when we show it, we should hide it from where we take it. So what this indirectly suggests that avoid plagiarism, you show to the society that it is original. Okay, so when you take research, research is nothing but you are researching something which is already existing. So that is the research. So if you see this picture, what do you see in this picture? Can anyone say?
Pastries.
Yeah, there's a different type of pastries. The first one is a vanilla sponge cake. Okay, so what do you mean? Whether it is all different pastries or same pastries, what do you want to convey to the society by seeing this diagram? Picture, sorry. Anyone? All are same? Are they are different?
All have the same base, ma'am, but in each picture, the decoration is different.
Yeah, so the research is also same thing. The base is this is a vanilla sponge. Here also vanilla sponge is there, and everywhere vanilla sponge is there. But how they shown the creativity, in one thing they have added the butter vanilla cream, in other thing they have topped the fruits on the top of the vanilla cream, in other the layers of cake they made, in between they have sliced the fruits and kept. The research is also something already somebody have done, and we will add something to it and make it innovative and creative, and we will publish it as a paper or write as a project, and we will submit it to the society. But when we do something, the society should not know that it has been exactly copied from some sources. We should make it, even though we copy it, it should be in a very creative way, that when we give it to the society, when we give it to the when we submit a proposal or when we write the paper, that some innovation should be there, so that it is not being copied exactly. So now we get into the topic. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism means use someone else text exactly. So copying the whatever the text they have written and taking it exactly, or materials or research results in some paper or project proposal. While we write, somebody you'd have asked your friend, can you give me the format of the project? No, you have already submitted and you got, can you give that to me? When they will give, but when they give, we have to modify what they have written. Instead, if we copy exactly from that, then it will show plagiarism. Then they will, the academic integrity of ours will go. So then they will reject our proposal automatically without even going inside. So what is plagiarism? It's using someone's text or material or research results, or to steal or pass on to the information without giving due credit to the original source. So in internet we'll take lot of things. For example, where somebody is doing some sensors for non-invasive glucometer, or to find out the non-invasive some device to find out a person is anemic. So some sensor somebody would have used. So you cannot steal exactly what the information is given in the internet. Instead, you have to do some toppings over it, then only you can use it. Otherwise it will become a plagiarism. Taking the credit of someone else's work, which goes against the rules of academia. It can be of anything. Same, I think, so somebody is giving proposal for to follow, and you exactly submitting the same proposal, or somebody is helping you to write a paper and they are giving the paper, and you submit the exact A to Z of the paper without modifying is or the whatever you submit that proposal, all leads to the plagiarism. And even when in the student thing assignments, they'll copy exactly. It is okay in India, but it's not okay in the Western countries. When they submit assignment, along with the assignment they should also submit the report from the plagiarism checker, to check whether it is not copied from the others. In India, in our students, what when we give assignment, what they do, one person will write and it will be followed to the whole class, and they will copy and they will submit. But it is not exactly the same scenario in outside world. Student, when they submit the assignment, they should also need to submit the plagiarism report. Then only the assignments will be accepted. Even in the college level, they make the students to understand the importance of academic integrity. So importance of academic integrity leads to the good research and good proposals and good publications and everything that will elevate the research. So next, what is plagiarism in a different scenario? It is also, they say, it's a to commit literary theft. It is also a theft, like stealing the ideas of other, present and ideas or product as new and original, derived earlier published and existing sources. For example, I want to publish a paper, then I can take a idea. So non-invasive glucometer, non-invasive anemic device, something like idea I can take. Somebody would have used some sensors. The same sensors I should not use. I should slightly modify it. If I don't modify it and I'm using the same thing, nowadays in the glucometer, no, they are using the glucose oxidase as the enzyme. There's no point if I use the same enzyme, glucose oxidase, in the glucometer and I am showing it to the world that it is innovative. There's no point because already there are glucometers. You all know AccuCheck. No, there are glucometers. AccuCheck is there. It uses glucose oxidase as an enzyme. That enzyme will react on the glucose on your blood, and whatever the output and the signal is shown as the value. If I use the same type of glucometer and I use glucose oxidase, then there's no point to show to the world as innovative. But instead of same AccuCheck, if I using a saliva, so using a saliva, if I use the same AccuCheck uh, glucometer and the same strips with glucose oxidase, again it's become a innovation, and there is a new research. I can publish a paper. Same AccuCheck machine you can take, same strips you can take, same enzymes you can take, but the reactant here, instead of blood, you are using it as a saliva. So there exists a difference. So when you want a blood, it is going to be the invasive. You need to prick every time. You have to prick. But in case of saliva, there's no need to prick. There won't be any pain. It is very easy for a patient. Every day they need not prick. So there comes the innovation and creation. You can take the data. You can take data from any sources, but it should be modified. You can take the idea, but it need to be modified little. You cannot use exactly 100%. And quoting is not banned, but the author must be named and referred. Sometimes, like when you do the definitions and that kind of part, you cannot change it. It has to be same. You cannot change accordingly. So that time you can quote it, and you can say this quote is taken from this source and person. Instead of without quoting, if you say again, it will lead into the plagiarism. So is plagiarism is ethical or unethical? It's absolutely and 100% is unethical, especially these days. Every organization, every funding sources have their own plagiarism tool to check. Even though that project is very it may be innovative also, but what we will be doing, writing an introduction part, something like that, we used to copy it from the other sources instead of creating of our own. In that case, it will show a plagiarism. A project which shows more than 10% of plagiarism will be rejected by the funding sources. They won't even go inside. The first priority itself, whether the project title is matching to the call. If the project title is not matching to the call, they will reject. Okay, if it match, then they will go for the plagiarism checker. In their plagiarism checker, if our project goes about 10% of plagiarism, they will reject just like that without even seeing inside. So it is highly unethical these days because due to due to these communicative platforms, the stealing of others data, it's become very easy. So it has become very easy, so that's why these days they have lot of things going on about the plagiarism. If something in a computer we have some complete paper, we might have somebody even steal it and they can publish it. So a lot of things are it's going on inside I mean around the world. Even in the hi-fi scientist lab itself, things are going like that. So plagiarism is completely unethical. It is unethical because it's a form of a theft. Stealing an idea is also a theft. We, even though we don't steal any things from them, idea stealing is also a, ethically it is a theft. Taking the ideas and words of others and pretending they are your own, you are stealing else intellectual property. It's not stealing a house or jewels, you are stealing the intellectuality of the others. You are stealing exactly you're stealing the exactly their ideas. It is unethical because the flagorist subsequently benefits from this theft. Somebody is working hardcore work, somebody does, and they publish. And somebody, what they will do now? They'll take the paper and publish it in the different journal. Even different journal, not in the science. I mean, earlier even in Elsevier we can see same paper published in the different journals. Those days where the plagiarism tools were not existed, now it's not possible. So what they will do, they will take it in the Science Direct or Elsevier and they will publish it in the local journals. So now also people are doing, when they found out these are all really a crime kind of thing only. So it's unethical because plagiarism subsequently benefits from this theft. And when the degree is evidence of, for PhD, and they are exactly doing like without doing anything, somebody's paper 100% they are taking and publishing it in the different journal by paying a money. These days, you know, like 1 year one journal will exist. They pay 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, and they will publish a paper. After a year that journal will, we won't be able to see what's going on with that journal. So before submitting their thesis, they'll happily, by giving 30,000 or 40,000 of money, taking the others paper, they will publish, they'll submit a thesis, and they'll go off. But what is the use of that degree? It's evidence of holder's availability and knowledge. If a student gains employment on the basis a qualification they have not earned, they don't know what is mean by research, and they have not done anything, they have not written any paper. So how they will know about all these things just like copying the others work? So on basis of these three criterias, the plagiarism is highly unethical. So what are all the nature of plagiarism? Plagiarism can take many forms, from deliberate cheating, exactly copying, as I said, no, taking someone's paper or someone's project and submit it to the funding agency, or submitting. So somebody is submitting the same topic project to DST, same topic, same proposal. If you submit to the, you can submit it to the DBT. Now and all, it's not possible because what happens, they have a panel members, they share the panel members. Whatever the proposal we submit, it is being the, for example, we are submitting a proposal in a biofuels. So DST have set of panel members and DBT have set of panel members, and those panel members can be crisscrossed also. Whoever in the DST, that panel member may be in the DBT also. So when the project simultaneously goes to the same person from the different funding sources, definitely we will lose our academic integrity. So deliberate cheating or accidentally copying from a source without any acknowledgement. So tomorrow is the last date for the submission of the a funding proposal. So what we will do, we'll try to get write the introduction and write the materials and methods is international, where national, everything will try to copy it, because within 2 hours we have to submit the proposal. In that time, what we will do, we'll try to copy it from everywhere without even paraphrasing it. So that is also it will lead to the plagiarism. Consequently, whenever you use words or ideas of another person in your work, you must acknowledge where they came from. So, like when we write a paper, like this much billions of people being affected by the diabetes, this information definitely we will get it from some internet sources. Then, instead of exactly copying the A to Z, you have to at least jumble the words or is or that and where, and you also quote the reference from where you have taken it, from which journal you have to take it. These are all the important steps to follow, otherwise it leads into the plagiarism. Even when you write project, you have to give references. So what does plagiarism looks like? As I said, copying someone's work exactly and fail to cite a source from where you have taken it, improper citing of the source. For example, if you are citing a material and method, some in earlier 1950 somebody would have discovered that method. So you, whenever you write a paper, you should quote that reference only. Instead, maybe if you are following that method, you are following that 90-50 method and quoting somebody's 2000 article, it's not fair. So important citing of the source is also a plagiarism. Formation of the false sources, labeling somebody else work as yours. So these are all comes under the plagiarism, especially when you do cut copy paste. Cut copy paste, it will always leads to the plagiarism. So they say no, if you cut and paste it from the web, he'll say you plagiarized. So instead, I can take the printout and I type, then also it's plagiarized. Whatever you do, whether you cut, copy, paste, or you take printout and typing the exact things in another form is also a plagiarism. Instead, you have to jumble the words or you paraphrase the words. So what can be the steps we can follow to avoid the plagiarism in any kind of, whether it's article writing or funding project proposal writing? So know what plagiarism is and its common types. Know how plagiarism happens and develop effective academic skills. First, you should know how plagiarism. So when I write a project proposal, you should always have it in your mind that don't cut, copy, paste. You can take the inputs from the internet sources, but should not use the exact A to Z of those words. It will give 100% plagiarism. And know how can you avoid it. How can you avoid it? First, you should know it. Then develop a academic skill writing. You don't need a very high-fi English writing skills to write a project proposal or writing a paper. Nowadays we have lot of sources in the writing. You have Grammarly to check your grammar. There are a lot of paraphrasing tools like Quiltboard. It will help you in paraphrase. You have Turnitin, Urkund. All these tools will get you the whether your article is plagiarized. What is the percentage of plagiarism? So nowadays it is very easy to avoid the plagiarism. Even though you, if you want to try to take exact things from other, paraphrasing will help you to cut down that you have done 100% plagiarism. So, what are all the tips for avoid the plagiarism? Always acknowledge the contribution of others in your work. Next, identify the citation source when paraphrasing or summarizing. See, the most important thing in avoiding the plagiarism is instead of cut, copy, paste, you can do cut and copy and paste. Afterwards, you have to add a word called paraphrasing or summarizing. Instead of cut, copy, paste, the thing should be cut, copy, paste, and paraphrase it. When you follow these four, you can easily avoid the plagiarism. Provide a citation when in doubt about facts or common knowledge. Always enclose verbatim text in quotation mark with an accompanying citation. So when something cannot be changed, always use a in quotation. Cite primary source. The next. So, what are all the three simple ways to write a proposal or research paper avoiding a plagiarism? As I said, you can take the content, you can take the exact 100% from the internet sources, but how it should be, you should summarize. When you summarize, the text you write is much shorter than the original text. So if the text is 20 lines, you should read it carefully and convert it into a 10 lines. These days, you need not even break your head or mind in converting the 20 lines into a 10 lines. There are softwares which is available in a very cheap. You can use that to do summarize. Okay, instead of don't do cut, copy, paste. There are softwares which help you to summarize whatever you want. You must reference the original source. You must use your own words, usually with a very limited use of quotations. Okay, then quote, then paraphrase. Paraphrase is such an important thing to avoid a plagiarism. You can do wonders. You can do whatever from the 100% you can take from somebody's paper. You can convert it to your own paper by using a paraphraser. If you have very good English skills, you can paraphrase it by by yourself. But your knowledge of academic writing is limited. Then you can take a help from the internet, which offers various tool which helps you in a paraphrasing. For example, Grammarly helps you, and Quiltboard helps you in paraphrasing, and that will gives you the in that paragraph in a different way, so that the Turnitin does not find, the plagiarism checker does not find it is the taken 100% from the source. So, how to avoid plagiarism in academic writing and project proposal? The first word, you have to conceptualize what you are going to write, and then you need to have a academic writing skills. When the research conception is there, you need to know what is your hypothesis and what is your idea extraction, what is the research design, and what are all the meta analysis you have done. And you have to summarize project summary, and then literature review. In literature review, international view and national view. So this is the research conception is a much important when you're writing the project proposal. So when you want to publish some paper in the journal, then you have to after all these things, you need to find out a journal finder, and each journal will have a different style of formatting and journal peer review, and ethical complaints checker, and technical complaints checker. All these things we have to do, then only we can submit a paper. Each journal will have a different reference style that we have to follow. Even when we submit a paper, the project proposal, each funding sources have a different style of quoting the references. Somebody have Vancouver style, somebody have the like IEEE style. So depend, we have you, when you submit a project proposal, definitely you should go and look into the criterias they have given. If you don't follow the criterias, that also will make the rejection of the proposal. Sorry. Once again, I'll share a screen. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is the DST application format. So where and all we will fall into the 100% plagiarism. Okay. Especially here, the international review status, national review status, what we will do exactly, we'll try to copy it from the paper and we will paste here. These are all the places definitely our proposal will lead into the plagiarism. So when you do international review status, you have to keep very careful that instead of copying exactly from there, you can copy but do summarize or paraphrase using terms, some tools, whether when our academic writing is very low, or if you're very good in academic writing, then you can even paraphrase by yourself. But we all very busy, so we can use the paraphraser tools. Again, in work plan, whatever in the paper they have given some work plan, exactly we'll copy it without any changing there. Here also we'll get into the 100% plagiarism. And even the justification is, somebody is giving a project and they would have justified according to their proposal. By just, even you won't be without knowing any knowledge, their justification, you if you like to copy exactly the same, they would have want some technical staff and senior research fellow, but your project does not need, you would have not asked in the quotation, but just copying whatever they have given, that also will leads to the plagiarism. Especially while writing a proposal, always make sure that in project summary, the project summary, when you copy the abstract of some paper and you post it, definitely it will lead to the plagiarism. And then especially over here, the international review status and national review status, you can copy, you can cut, copy, paste, but you have to make sure that you are paraphrasing it. So next thing I want to show another one. Can you see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How to share a word? I'm not able to do it.
You can go with share entire screen option and
Yeah,
click it.
I did that, but it is not doing it. So yeah, I found it. So can you see this Word document?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
this one I have exactly copied from the internet sources. Okay. So let's check with the plagiarism. We'll see how it shows. Okay. So I have opened a Turnitin. I opened the Turnitin and I'm going to submit. Copying someone. I'm going to upload it. So can you see the screen? What is the plagiarism?
Yes, ma'am.
How much it is?
93 percentage, madam.
Yeah. So what we'll do now, I'm not a great academic writer, so I'm going to use the my paraphrasing tool. Okay. So I'm just doing it. I have quick boat. I have purchased it. So can you see the quilt board is already been installed in my Word. So when I copy, it comes into the quilt board, and the quilt board has lot of options like standard, fluency, formal, simple. Just want to give creative, and it has paraphrased it, and I want to insert it. Now let's check what's going on with this. So stop sharing again. I'll go back to tab. Sorry for the background noise. have submit the wrong one. Give me some time. Unfortunately, my Turnitin got hanged. So, I mean, like that in Word, if you install your Quilt board or some other paraphraser, definitely it will reduce your thing into for at least 40%. So, 60% of the plagiarism will be reduced. It will show some 40%, and when you change from fluency to creative to standard, like that, when you keep modifying it, the plagiarism will come to 23%, or around 25% you can in paraphraser you can use. But still that 25% is not acceptable. That then you have to really do your own thing by slightly changing the lines or concept or is or what that there. Then you can definitely make it to the 10%. Then you can submit the proposal instead of 80-90%. When you do sit down and making the correction, it will be definitely takes lot of time. So easily in a minute you can do these things in the paraphraser tools, not Quillboard. We have lot of paraphraser tools, in that you can easily do it. But in even though you use a paraphraser tool, it will give you the percentage of 25%. Till that only it can do. Now even a journalist does not accept, even a funding for sources does not accept, or book chapters also does not accept. After you get a 25%, do some changing the lines. Changing the lines will like change the entire meaning also, but you have to carefully do that. It takes hardly half an hour to do that job. By just reading it, where and all you can change, where and all you can conceptualize. When you do that, you can easily bring it down to the 10%. It's not a big rocket science. So um, this is how your paraphrasing tools work. The next thing I want to next I want to show what and all the plagiarism checker tools available in the market. Even some free things are there, in Grammarly free they are giving, but if they say it is 25% plagiarism, then in good plagiarism tools it will show 50 or 60%. So Grammarly it is free, but though you cannot rely on it. Copyscape is there, white smoke, dust ball, Turnitin. See, most of these funding sources and academic, journal, they use Turnitin, Q-Text, Plagiarisma, Write Check, Plag Scan, Authenticate, Viper, and these are all the platforms which use the plagiarism. So, Glamry, it is free for us to use, but we cannot rely. Next, as I said, paraphrasing tools. I am using this tool for the past 2 years and it is doing a damn good. And it is really cut short, saving my time, especially when writing a proposal or writing a paper or some academic writing. Everything, it is really great. Even Quilt Bolt we get for the free. You can even use it for the free, but like in pages in free Quilt Bolt you can use only a certain paragraph you have to do, and you won't having a bigger options. That also I'll show. So this is the free Quilt Bolt. Oh, you're not able to see it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One second. Stop sharing. Tab. So this is the free window of a quilt board. It is available in the net. So whatever the paragraph you want to paraphrase it, you can copy, or you can try a text or a paste text. When you give paraphrase, in the next side you will get whatever got paraphrase. Here what the number of words you are using is limited, but in paid version it is not limited. Again, in the modes you will get only standard and fluency, but in the paid version we'll get a formal, simple, creative, expand, shorten. All these things are available. So when you use some plagiarism checker software and summarizing or paraphrasing software, it is very easy to write a proposal. At least let take a few steps that funding agency take our proposal for the first step. If the proposal is more than 20%, the agency does not even take the proposal for the first step of screening. Without even looking into it, they will reject us. So let's take few steps to make sure that we don't have, our proposal does not have a plagiarism, because plagiarism will make us a academic cheater. Let's not take that name. So, till this, I would like to stop my um, thing. So, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. And a much thank you for everyone who patiently listened to me. So, sorry I couldn't show the difference because my Turnitin has hanged somehow, and it's not very difficult to write a wonderful paper or proposal. It's not very difficult at all. We have a lot of free softwares, and pay some 2000 to 3000 for a year. We will get all these things for a year, and you can use it to write a good papers and good proposal without any plagiarism.
Participants can ask questions.
Ma'am, there is a question in the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
Please share the link for plagiarism checker tools.
Sure, I will post it. I have posted. Also, I will post for the paraphrasing also. Okay. So these
Okay.
are all free only. So I have already posted that. We don't, turniting is not free. You have to pay and get it. With both certain paragraphs, you can use it for the free, and Grammarly is also free. We go to the Google Chrome, and you can download all these things. Or if you have a hi-fi world, here I mean one second, stop sharing. So if you have a word here in insert, you can give add-ins. So I have already installed my quilt board and Grammarly to it. So can you see I have, there is a add-ins. In this add-ins, if you give a click, it will go to the all Google Chrome extensions. So whatever you want to add, you can easily add it here. So like that, I have added a quilt board and Grammarly, and also Mendeley also I have added to my add-ins. So any other doubts? So thank you so much for patiently listening.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the Department of Tripoli and the Academic Staff College, I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude for sparing your valuable time and sharing your knowledge with us, ma'am. Now it's time to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the oath of thanks on the successful completion of the fourth day of Faculty Development Program on funded project application. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. K. Sarunan sir, the head of the Tripoli Department, for his valuable guidance and support in organizing this event. I will also like to thank Dr. F. Fariza ma'am, the coordinator of this program, for her tireless efforts in ensuring that everything ran smoothly. A special thanks to our esteemed speaker, Dr. K. Gomati ma'am, who enlightened us with this expertise and knowledge in the field. I would also like to thank all the participants who attended this program and made it a success. Your active participation and enthusiasm have made this event a grand success. A big shout out To all the volunteers who work behind the scenes to make this program a success, your selfless service is deeply appreciated. Finally, I would like to conclude with a quote that truly expresses our feelings of gratitude towards all of you. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. John F. Kennedy. Once again, thank you all for your participation and support.
Thank you. Thank you
Fac-
so much.
Faculties kindly fill the attendance which was posted in the chat. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for their active participation in this FDP. We hope that the knowledge gained from this FDP will be beneficial to all the participants in their future endeavors. Thank you and have a great day.